Hey everybody, welcome to Stamp Anything's YouTube channel. This is Kevin, the marketing director for Stamp Anything, and today I'm going to be coloring Baloo the bear from the new March release, which is Wild About You. So let's go ahead and get started on our cute little bear character. So I'm going to start with his fur, and I'm going to be using our W's, our warm grays. So I'm going to be starting off with our W9. And our W9 is going to be where the darkest parts of his fur is going to be. And I'm going to start just up from that paw line where his claw is. And then up his arm, and I am leaving room on that right-hand side. So same thing for his belly. I'm going to come around. And I'm going to come around on this side. Again, we're leaving some room there. Now this right-hand side, his right arm, the one that is on our left, I'm going to be very careful here just to kind of put that color right up in there. Now he's going to be a little bit more shadowed under here. I'm going to go ahead and make that a little bit thicker. And then under his belly here as well, where it kind of hangs in. And then we're going to go up here and follow that inside of the arm. And I'm going to stop right there at his arm. And then I'm going to come up the side of his neck. A little bit on either side where his jawline would be. A little bit in here. And just a little bit in the tufts of his hair there with the W9. So that is our deepest color that we're using. So next up is our W7. So that's our warm gray number 7. Then we're going to go ahead and go over what we just kind of colored a bit. Then I'm going to start to blend this. Like that. And I'm going to go ahead and smooth down this line here on the outside. But again, I am not going right out to the line. Leaving a little bit of space there. And here, I'm just going to kind of come out a little lower there. So I'm going to go into his belly. And I'm going to start to curve it around a little bit. I'm going to turn my image to make it easier to color. I'm going to cleaning up those lines a bit. And again, curving up that belly line because his belly is going to have some lighter color in there. Now I'm just going to try and gently fill that in just a little tiny bit there. Now here with this shadow, again under his belly. So it's okay if we get it a little bit close to his belly line here and don't have a separation line, because that is going to be where it's white shadowed. And smoothing up that line. Just like that. And a little bit more into his cheek. Now with this W7, I'm going to just go over the lines, come up from over his eyes and go over his eyebrows a bit. And I'm going to put just a touch into each ear at the bottom where it's fur and on the inside of his ear. Next up is our W5, so it's our warm gray number 5. So again, I'm going to go over this arm here. And then I'm trying to fill in that color a little bit more now. Get it to blend. I'm going to go around the belly. Come up. So now you can see I've now connected with those lines here. So this part of the white that I had left behind is now gone. And go into this arm here. Like so. Into the foot and under here in the belly here now. And right here, I'm going to go outside. I'm not going to go quite to that line 100% yet. I'm just blending it out a little bit more and smoothing it there. Then smoothing out that belly line, coming up a little bit higher now. And can fill in that circle. Sorry, I went off the side. What am I doing? Now you can see I'm kind of continuing with that jaw color now. Now I'm going right under his muzzle here. And now it's getting filled in. A little bit into the ear. Again, some into the little tufts here. And then outline the top. And I'm going to go around the insides of his eyes. And then I'm going to bring a little bit of this over. That was our W5, and then now our W3, which is our warm gray number 3, of course. Gonna go in, and now here, going over these sections that I had left white now, right down into that paw area here. Here I'm gonna really kind of wiggle it back and forth just to soften this transition. And then here, and his leg, and then into his foot here. I'm going to bring that up. And then same into this, his foot or his paw, I guess you would say. I'm going to bring that up. This arm here. Now his belly area, and right over here again, blending that through. So definitely when you're using just a few colors on such a large area, you're going to have a lot more blending space, of course. We're just going through there. Now we're going to go up into his head, and we're going to blend that part in. Make sure that's all colored now as well. And then right into the tips of his ears where the fur is right up top there. Again, the blend might be looking a little wonky on camera. Just because of how it zoomed in there. Resolution. So that was our W3. So now for his belly, I'm going to be using warm gray number 2. And just spinning that around right here. Bring it out a little bit. And then I am going to put that into his muzzle color as well. We're going to go ahead and use that right there. So from our W2, we're going to be going into our W1. And again, I'm just kind of spinning this around. But I'm also going to start to push this out a bit. Outside that belly line. And then again, I'm going to use it a little bit up here into the left hand side of his muzzle. Now I have my W0. Again, just going to get that really nice and blended. A little bit up into that side of his muzzle here. And then finally, I do have a double zero of W00. Again, just spin that around. Up. Now I'm just going to hit a little bit more on that right hand side a little bit. Now, for his inner ear, we are going to be using our E93. So our E93 is going to be his inner ear color. And I'm just coloring that in super easy with a straight E93. But then I'm going to use my E00 a little bit into the bottom. For his claw areas, I'm going to be using E41. And then coloring them completely in. And for my E41, I'm going to go to my E40, which is our brick white. And I'm going to go past the claw, and I'm going to go up into the fur a little bit. I'm also going to use that E40 up into the right hand side of his muzzle. Then I have a little bit, I have my E71. So this gives just a tiny bit more, kind of, I'm going to say almost like a, well, they call it champagne. So it's going to give it a little bit of, kind of like a little bit of lavender warmth into it. Just kind of using it, add in just a little bit of new depth. A little bit right into his muzzle here as well. And then I'm just going to quickly go over his muzzle with my E40 again. Just to soften it out. Don't want it to disappear. Just want it softened. So there we have our cute and adorable little Baloo. Baloo the bear. How did I lose my gel pen? I had a gel pen here. I just found it. So we're gonna give him his little eye highlights. We're just gonna pop them right in there. Just make them a little bit bigger. And I'm gonna put one little dot up above each corner. And there we have our finished colored Baloo the bear. I hope you enjoyed coloring along with me today, and don't forget to stamp it, color it, and love it. We'll see you next time, and thanks for hanging out with me.